Hello and welcome to the first video of this Python for Microscopy course. What are the objectives of the first video? First of all, I want to define the target audience and what you need for participating in the course. Then talk a little bit about my programming experience, give you a short overview of the course, and then finally talk about the motivation. Why is Python actually useful for microscopy, image processing, and biologists and scientists in general? First of all, the target audience. So I want to tailor this course specifically to microscopy researchers, biologists, scientists that want to use Python for efficient processing of microscopy images and the associated data. And you don't need any programming experience, just a computer that is able to run Python. This I will cover in the next video. A little bit about my programming experience. I have learned programming in school, in object-oriented programming or object-oriented programming in Java, and also functional programming in Scheme. And at university, I used to participate in 2 software development courses with a focus on object-oriented programming in Java. So these were computer science classes and also assembler code. And right now I'm a medical student with a research project where I use object-oriented programming in Python very much. How is the course structured? So it is generally structured in 2 parts. The first part covers general Python, and first of all setting up Python, and basically a Python course for beginners. So this is also an isolated course, can be considered isolated or from microscopy contexts. And in the second part, I will be covering specific applications of Python in microscopy and image processing. So if you are already familiar with Python, then you can basically just skip the first part. Why is Python for microscopy so useful? So I can name a lot of reasons. It is very user-friendly, especially for beginners. In the syntax, it has a robust image processing library, or a lot of libraries, packages that you can use for image processing of microscopy data. It is very versatile in data analysis. Again, comes with a lot of packages and libraries you can use. There's a very supportive community. You can customize Python for your needs, for your applications, and automate your post-processing workflow, for example, or some processing workflow in general. It is able to visualize data also with certain packages. There are ethical coding practices and documentation practices, such as code documentation or uploading code to, for example, a GitHub repository to really support the open source character, and many more. So these were just a few. And Python is generally known to be very helpful in many contexts, for example, in the industry, in research, and is also for you personally a very useful skill to have in your skill set, and as also very valuable. So we talked about the target audience and the prerequisites, my programming experience. I gave you a little overview of the course, and finally told you why Python is useful for microscopy. Next up, if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and in the next chapter or next video I will be talking about setting up Python, including the installation, the interactive development environment, what that actually is, and how you install it, how you use it. And you will be writing your first Python script and run it, the so-called Hello World script. Thank you very much for your attention, and bye-bye.